This is a certified VoroAMI classic. Ben 10 is home to many sensational aliens, but there is one incredible alien we're going to be talking about today, and that is Space Jesus himself, aka Chromostone. One of the best and most underrated aliens in the entire series in my opinion. Chromostone is the definition of a hidden all-star player who sits down on the benches while the main player, aka Humongosaur, takes up all the screen time, which is why in today's video we gotta go over his matchup with the clown known as Cash from the episode The Gauntlet. So without further ado, my G's, let's get right on with a commentary video. The S-tier bully known as Cash was informing Ben Tennyson how much power he has like a Dragon Ball Z movie villain, and declares that no one can stop or challenge him in combat, not even Kevin Levin, the man he fodderized a day before. Now y'all are probably wondering, how did this scrawny kid manage to end up looking jacked like this? And how in the blue hell did Cash manage to beat the GOAT Kevin Levin? Well, my job here is to bring you up to speed, and I got y'all. Cash alongside JT are notorious for being bullies of Ben back in the OG series. They used to give this man an atomic wedgie all the time, and Ben would retaliate by using Accelerate to hang them up in trees too. We fast forward to this episode, and Cash and JT are still on that, well, we gotta continue humiliating Ben Tennyson to prop ourselves up, and I'm just like, wow bro. These guys are such losers. The only problem here is that no one was buying their bullying anymore. Like, do you see this hostile crowd right here? They're giving these two losers that same glare Jonathan Joestar gave to Dio back in part 1 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure before packing him up. Not to mention, Ben straight up told them how pathetic they are not evolving as people and still doing the same stunts they've done for the past few years, cooking them badly in the process. And honestly, this is a perfect example of how the real world works. We all have that one person in our lives that we know who still believes their accolades in high school mean something, but nah, those days have passed, and Cash felt it here immensely. Later on, Cash would find a way to get hold of the gauntlet the Tennyson team had, and well, let's just say this man had a whole symbiote Spider-Man bonding with a device. Bro was out here practicing Liu Kang kicks and Heatblast with his new abilities. Naturally, this will lead to Kevin pulling up on Cash because number 1, he trashed the homie's 07 Dodge Challenger, and number 2, he stole from Kevin, and that is one thing you don't do to Kevin Levin. Only Kevin can steal, bruh. Anyways, these two post up to fight each other, and I was thinking, Kevin is for sure gonna pack this loser up, but nah, I was wrong. Kevin got fodderized so badly by Cash that even Gwen was shocked to see that Kevin got cooked. Not even just her, I know everyone who watched this episode for the first time was like, bruh, why is Kevin always being fodderized to set up an antagonist as the huge threat of the episode? Like, it's crazy, right? We pick back up to this speech as Cash lets everyone know he whooped the great Kevin Levin in a 1v1, and that Tennyson is next on his list. Ben, who at this point had enough of Cash's BS, told him he's not fighting him, and Cash was like, really? You're not gonna throw hands with me? Fine, I'm gonna pack you up with my plasma blaster. We then hear JT, the second loser in the sequence, call out to Cash as he tells his homie that what he's doing is messed up. They were supposed to be having Kai Cenat type fun, and declares that what he's doing right now is not him. Oh, he's gonna regret saying that. Cash yells at JT for snitching on him, and bruh, Cash is on that snitches get stitches type energy as my guy pulls out the Iron Man blast ready animation to fire at JT. This is his homie that he almost packed up, by the way. Cash rewatched Vegeta's betrayal on Nappa and was like, I gotta do this to JT myself. Gwen saves JT just in the nick of time, and this is why Gwen is one of the OGs in this show. She came prepared. Gwen cooks JT on the kind of friend he has, and the two look on, and oh my god, Cash is ready to Naruto tackle these two into oblivion. Somebody's gotta stop this. Now we gotta talk about one of the best pull-ups in the series as Ben rams Cash with his NFL offense badge, causing Cash to roll across the pavement like a loose tire. Cash recovers from the attack and stands up as we get this glorious shot of Space Jesus, aka Chromostone. My boy looks so cold with that pose. Homie's got that Stone Cold Steve Austin pose when he tried so hard to break Undertaker out of character. Let's briefly pause the commentary to talk about how cool this dude Chromostone is. Chromostone is a 94 overall talent and one of the most underrated Ben 10 aliens in the series. My guy has everything going for him with his design, absorbing capabilities, and of course his one-liners throughout the entire show. If I were to pick a number of aliens for my playlist, Tombstone would absolutely be one of them. Ben tells Cash he doesn't want to get into a 1v1 with him since he has a history of cooking his opponents. Just go look at Vilgax and Kevin for references. Cash, like a fool, fires his beam at Ben, and that wasn't a smart decision from this fraud as the beam redirected into a super smoothie sign behind Ben. And you see, my people, this is why you always listen to reason. Cash, who is in the Cell Saga Vegeta era of not backing down, fires another shot at Ben. And do you know what our GOAT does with Chromostone? Bro proceeds to absorb that shit in with his energy absorption badge and redirect it back to Cash. Yeah, Cash, your overall went down by 10 points after that fail. Cash gets up and oh man, Ben ain't faced at all by Cash, and I love that so much. Homie has dealt with way worse. I'd be having that same kind of energy here too, to be honest. Ben tells Cash he can't beat him, and one thing bullies don't like is you telling them the truth. Cash gets so mad that he tells Ben that just because he's a freak, that means he's gonna stop? He's never gonna stop ever, as he minks Ben with a powerful punch, causing Ben to land on the pavement. Cash runs up to Ben, grabs the hero's leg, and don't tell me he's about to ragdoll Ben the same way Broly did to Goku in the 2018 movie. Cash lifts up Ben and smacks him headfirst into the bonnet of a car, and I feel so bad for whoever owns this car. Cash swings Ben around some poles, and this dude thinks he's him, doesn't he? The dude got that Joker grin checked off on everything. Cash runs to another side of the parking lot. I'm sorry, but this shot always kills me. Ben's got that look of, damn, I'm not really hurt, but I'm gonna continue being in my Samuel Jackson era to make it seem like he's doing damage on me. As Cash jumps off another car with his Mario jump badge to slam Ben headfirst to the ground, and Cash is operating like a berserker villain type you see in different types of shows. This is crazy. Cash starts swinging Ben around like a windmill until he finally lets go so that Ben can perform barrel rolls into a truck. The dust settles and look at the GOAT. He's just sitting there like, wow, this is the best you can do? And Cash couldn't believe it. His Bane combo on Ben didn't amount to anything but Ben standing up and finger wagging him no. This is so disrespectful. There have been many times where Ben has been straight up disrespectful to his opponents, but this moment here is not talked about enough. My guy gave him a finger no animation, making Cash believe he damaged him earlier in the fight. That's why he's the GOAT. Cash gets mad and runs up to Ben. Cash is not thinking at all anymore, and Ben does the same thing too as the two rivals collide to form the same collision pose that Goku and Cell famously had during the Cell Saga. Ben asks Cash why is he doing these heinous actions to get back at him, and Cash, like a loser bully, answers him by saying why not. I got so mad when he said that. Dude is the personification of how bullies operated back in the day. Ben at this point is like, oh, I'll show you why you shouldn't continue with your actions. Ben overpowers Cash. I dude cooked Cash here so immensely that sparks were flying out of the armor. That's embarrassing. Even put bro on his knees like he's about to propose to him. Ben delivers one of his strongest speeches in the entire show as he tells Cash it doesn't have to be this way. Neither of them wins anything by fighting. Just stop. And one of the best fictional characters of all time, I don't make the rules. Cash delivers a revelation as he tells Ben he can't stop due to the nature of the machine always wanting to fight and repairing itself. JT, like a true homie, even though he's garbage as well, informs Cash that the Cash he knows isn't gonna let some alien machine overcome him, that he's the toughest kid in school, yeah, and should fight against it. Cash asks how, and JT tells him the machine doesn't control him, he controls it. And just like that, Cash had his own defining moment of overcoming the gauntlet with his sheer willpower. Hey, Hal Jordan, come look at this, bruh. This is a certified VoroAMI classic. A staple in the world of media is rivalries. There's been so many fanatical rivalries over the years. Goku and Vegeta, Pac and Biggie, Kendrick and Drake this year, Nas and Jay-Z, and the one we're going to be talking about today, aka Ben and Kevin Levin. These two always had that on-site rivalry, and we've done 4 of their matches already on the channel, with this one being the next one, since you wonderful people voted for it in the community polls last month. So without further ado, my G's, let's talk about one of the best rivalries of all time for a 5th time on the channel, which was the time Kevin 11,000 pulled up on Ben 10,000 and his family and wreaked havoc all over the city. Evelyn frees Kevin from no void, and oh my god, look at this man's design. The one eye hair look, X chin on his face and that grin. Bro is already thinking of a Green Goblin level plan to torture his op, Ben Tennyson. Now we as viewers know Kevin was a menace in the OG series. He had that secret final video game boss level energy every time he pulled up in the series, and the fact that we actually see this man as a fully grown man lets me know it's about to be a slobber knocker of a rematch. I'm talking about a Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor level type matchup too. Kevin looks down at Ken 10 and his dog, and this man is thinking about doing some Joker level shit to this young boy. Ben, hurry your ass up with Rook. Wait, he doesn't exist in this timeline. Ken looks up and yeah, buddy, you and your rock dog are cooked. You're now in the presence of the 100 overall supreme talent known as Kevin Levin, and there's only two things you can do. Either accept to take his Mishima combo string like a true hero, or run and still get packed up by this twisted father and son duo. Kevin walks up to his son, who reverts back to his normal form as Ken, who is in his "oh, that can't be" era, realized that the homie he's been hanging around this time is actually the son of his father's greatest rival, aka Kevin Levin. No offense, Ken, but you should have been able to deduce the identity quicker. Kevin tells who he believes to be his rival how similar his son is to him, and Devlin is like, "Look, my old man, this isn't the sacred hero Ben Tennyson, this is his son, Kenny." And Ken put on his business just got serious shirt as he tells his bro, does he even realize what he's just done by freeing Kevin Levin? And Devlin was like, "Dad, we gotta dip. We're doing the act play of Joseph Joestar stunt against Wamu. And bruh, this boy is gonna learn the kind of man Kevin Levin is." As Kevin told his son to wait as he asked him what's the best way to take revenge on his good buddy Benji, and you sick individual, don't do it, man. Don't do the Broly second coming plan. Kevin quickly comes to the idea of trashing Ben's son, and look at this man's eyes. This is the look of a deranged man who can't be changed at all. Bro's got those Green Goblin eyes whenever he's spazzing out. You just know the situation is about to go south fast. Ken realizing he's become the rabbit and Kevin has become the hunter, only this time Kevin is a smart hunter, unlike Elmer Fudd, as Ken tells his homie Devlin that he doesn't have to do this. He made a mistake, sure, but he can still fix it, and I want y'all to pay attention to this foolish rock dog. Gotta be one of the dumbest characters in the franchise, as the dog ran up on Kevin to try a signature dog takedown attack on the menace Kevin, only to get crushed into a million pieces, and Kevin just deleted a dog. And yeah, I know, it's a charmed, powered rock creature, but that's still a dog. And the bro packed him up like Majin Vegeta. Kevin's arms go crazy in this shot too. I know Buddy was working on them triceps while packing up all the aliens in the no void with him. Kevin stares at Ken and quickly grabs him with Accelerate's power as Ken's Omnitrix goes out, reverting him back to his normal self. And man, can you imagine the amount of fear Ken must be going through right here? His father's greatest foe, other than Vilgax, pulls up and in a matter of moments hacks up the dog you got for your birthday that day, and he currently has you in a position to where he can instantly turn you into a Mortal Kombat 9 fatality. Buddy should have listened to Ben more. Kevin jokes about how easy it was to capture Ken. And my brothers and sisters, let's get ready to talk about one of the greatest saves ever as Kevin is blasted away with a beam. Is that who I think it is that did this too? Kevin looks up and I don't know, man, this dude is giving off psychotic planning vibes here. The next shot we get is Max Tennyson, and Max has to be one of the greatest old dudes in cinema history, man. Up there with Whitebeard, Uncle Eero, and Jay Garrick. Max extends his robotic arm like Mr. Fantastic to set the alarm to alert the GOAT hero Ben, and unfortunately things would start to go south for Max as Kevin sped up to grab his robot arm and slam him to the ground. This is a senior citizen, Kevin. I don't care if Max has perks too. You gotta chill on the OG GOAT of the verse. Max looks up and this lunatic man, he enjoys his job as an elite menace, doesn't he? Kevin moves Max's arm around with a devious Super Vegito grin and crushes the robot wrist, causing Max to grunt out like an old school 50s character. You're gonna pay for this, Kevin. A few moments later, Ben pulls up as Accelerate 10,000, the best Accelerate 2 by the way, and finds his son Ken and Grandpa Max, who have both been put into a classic Scooby-Doo capture sequence. The two murmur in a direction, notifying Ben, and damn, him too, huh? The path this young soul is going on is only gonna lead to tragedy. Ben dashes out of Devlin's up smash attack, transforms into the throwdown champion, the GOAT forearms, as he states this wasn't much of a trap, that he was supposed to believe his family tied themselves up, and then we hear the chilling voice of the menace Kevin as he says, "Oh Ben, you always were too smart for me. Or was that the other way around? And yo, this pose, my dude's got that pose of shit's about to get chaotic fast. Ben realizes it's his greatest rival, Kevin, as the supreme talent dashed up to his son, Devlin, and reintroduces him to Ben as well. And y'all already know, we're about to get some sensational stuff with Ben and Kevin. The fact this will be the 5th video talking about these two's iconic rivalry just proves how incredible it is. Kevin walks up on Ben with the Slenderman animations as he believes he should thank Ben for trapping him in a null void for all that time, because during the time, Kevin managed to absorb all the aliens' powers that were trapped in there with him. In Ben's face, he realized just how bad he messed up there. Bro put all those level 1 alien inmates in with a Nico Jenkins level threat like Kevin Levin. He should have known it would have led to something like this honestly down the road. And now we must prepare for a truly horrifying transformation on the level of Frieza's nasty ass 3rd form sequence as Kevin starts transforming while Ben looks on in shock. Kevin tells Ben 10,000 to meet Kevin 11,000, and holy moly man, this shot here, oh, it's too good. I just know Kevin and Ben aren't gonna let us down with this sensational moment. They got that Cena and Orton level chemistry. Kevin swings at Ben like Tantalus from Skyward Sword, forcing the GOAT to maneuver with his awareness card until he finally mings Kevin with a right. And I don't know about you guys, but I love these HD shots that show up in most of the episodes. They're so good. Anyways, Kevin gets knocked on the wall and decides to show just how much of an unhinged villain he is by tossing a piece of the wall at Ben, who destroys it again while having his awareness card still activated. Unfortunately, Ben didn't realize that was a setup for Kevin's real attack, as the menace grabbed Ben with his upgrade tentacle to electrocute this man with a static special and swings him around a couple times like a newcomer pinata hitter. Ben reverts back to his normal self, and man, this ain't looking good for the GOAT hero. Kevin says it's time to finish this once and for all when one of the most groundbreaking face turns occurs as Devlin ran up with a Marineford boy Hancock pose to tell his father to stop and that he's proven he's the better one out of the two and they can go now. Oh man, this kid doesn't know the kind of person he has as a father, as Kevin grabbed his son with his red Wildmud arm to give him the penance stare while also saying, "Do you think I have something to prove?" before tossing his son away like 5-day-old trash. And the next shot had me bawling lake tears, man. I'm talking about the Zora lake tears from Twilight Princess because of this shot of Devlin crying, realizing his father's messed up in the head and only cares about petty revenge towards Ben Tennyson. Like, think about that, y'all, for a second. All Devlin has ever wanted is to spend more quality time with his father as a son and dad duo. But this dude Kevin has such an Ebor Thawne level obsession with Ben that he's willing to throw his own blood son like trash just at the chance of doing so. Dude even says he already knows he's the best too. Man, OG Kevin is a Hall of Fame level menace, that's for sure. Kevin straight up says he does his heinous actions because he likes to, said like a true villain. Ben transforms into Forearms again, and look Ben, I know Forearms is your all-time favorite alien until Feedback and Humongousaur came onto the scene, but I'm thinking another alien will be better for this matchup. Maybe the Chad known as Eye Guy? Ben delivers a punch that sends Kevin crashing out of the ceiling like a missile, and Mario jumps out to continue his blockbuster matchup with his internal rival. Devlin gets up in the Vegeta damage position, and oh my god, y'all, one of us needs to give a virtual hug to this boy. He didn't deserve this treatment at all from Kevin. Devlin runs out of the room, leaving Ken and Max there thinking, damn, I know he's feeling like crap right now. Max uses the opportunity to free himself and his big grandson, and Ken, like the old school Ben, realizes there's only one hero who can match up against the new Kevin and transforms into him. We pick up to the battle of the century as Kevin slings Ben around parts of the city, and what is up with villains? Not just them, but really any character in shows like this. Once they see a group of civilians screaming, it's like an alarm in their head goes off and they think, I've got to destroy the city and make these normal folks' lives a living hell. Like, no bruh, that ain't the way. And we just finished talking about this in the last video too, about Red Hulk and Hulk, man. Like, come on, man. Ben transforms into another GOAT of the series, aka Diamond Head 10,000. And please, Ben, stop holding your left arm. We know what happens to someone who holds their left arm like that. We've seen it way too many times with Vegeta, who always gets his ass beat back in Dragon Ball. Kevin pulls out the Blitzwolfer, I hope it is the Blitzwolfer scream at Ben, who gets obliterated by the attack. Like bro fell to his knees like he just found out the baddie that he always wanted already had another dude. Foul play. Ben reversed to normal in a defeated state and Kevin chill on the goat, man. You cooked him twice already. Kevin gets ready to pack up Ben to the afterlife, and I haven't said that in a long time. When Ken dashes up as the OG thinker, Gray Matter, to confront the menace. One thing about Ken, he has the standing up for justice attributes maxed out all the way. Ken transforms into the most underrated alien in the series, aka Spitter, to do as the name implies, which is to spit at Kevin. And Kevin's like, how dare you do that to my beautiful Pyro Knight face? In this close-up of Spitter, an alien that deserved better in the series in my opinion. Ken switches to the next underrated alien here, Buzzshock, to zap him with a live wire special, and Ken's already learning how to use different aliens' powers for a chain-breaking mixture. Incredible development. Ken transforms back, which leads to Kevin asking, how is he changing so dang fast? And Ken, the son of Ben, tells him he used Gray Matter to remove the transformation limiter for his watch. And what a smart plan. Kevin grabs Ken with that nasty tail of his as he tells the young boy it won't save him. And yep, this is where we got the glorious thumbnail, but dude is really about to pack up a kid. That Michael Jordan meme still lives on to this day. Then we hear a glorious maybe not, but I will, as Devlin pulls up in his mutated form to chuck battlefield-like projectile at Kevin, launching him not just through the ground, but to a nearby building as well. One of the best clutch saves ever. Devlin runs up to his homie Ken and says sorry to him as he didn't want the situation to turn out as bad as it has right now. Damn man, I got a tear rolling down my cheeks again. The young bros look on as Kevin breaks free, ready to whip them up like how Boo did to Gotenks back in the Majin Buu saga. Devlin says he finally understands why Kevin spent so much time in the Null Void during his childhood and prepares to king combo his father into next week, while Ken transforms into the speedster himself, aka Accelerate. Now, we need to talk about one of the most tragic beatings in the series as Kevin started beating the boys, and I mean a Nicole Watterson level beating on these poor boys. Like this menace had Ken performing barrel rolls on the ground and whimpering out in pain. And oh no, is that Ben getting up while his son is about to lose unconsciousness? Ben sees his son knocked out on the floor. Oh no, man. The close-up shot of Ben's face and Ben's expression. Oh no, man. Yeah, Kevin, my guy, say goodbye, man. There's many different types of rage out there. There's the type of rage you get when you do all your work on a group paper, but your partner doesn't do his share. There's that kind of rage you get when the barber cooks your hairline. And then there's a father's rage, and oh man, Ben has tapped into that energy right now. Ben looks into the direction of Kevin in fury and transforms while Kevin laughs at himself like only a homicidal maniac would do. Kevin is crushed by two large fists. Oh no, oh my god, he transformed into way big. Bruh, Kevin, you realize how bad you messed up? My guy Ben even says, how dare you, like he pissed off the GOAT hero for good. Ben started performing a whack-a-mole session with his fists onto Kevin. Oh boy, he's getting destroyed, my goodness. And these civilians, they're staring like, oh my god, what did he do to piss off our hero like that? And girl, if you knew, you'd be there too, whooping his sorry behind as well. Ben kept his combo string going until the dust settled with a defeated, disjointed Kevin lying on the ground. Wow, Ben cooked Kevin, man. Understandable though. Dude was bullying his son. Any father in their right minds would do something like this too. Ken tells his father that he's alright, tells him he got something for him, and hands the Null Void capsule to trap Kevin, causing the GOAT to pull out the Sonic Grin. Of course, as we know, you should never turn your back on your opponent, especially when it's the elite menace known as Kevin 11,000, who performs a silent takedown on the two with his accelerated speed. And I think I have not said that in a while either, man. It's crazy. Ben and Ken were like, bruh, you're still okay? As Kevin started cracking all his bones back into place while giving them a stare they're gonna remember forever. Kevin asks Ben if that's the best he's got when he hears a sound underneath him, and yep, you frog, you are done, as Kevin is placed back into the Null Void capsule by his son, Devlin. This is a certified VoroAMI classic. There have been many times where a beloved hero in cinema puts on their elite villain card and becomes a menace to society. Robin in Teen Titans, Superman in this show, Lex when he took over Flash's body, and a moment we're going to be talking about today, which is the time Ben became a Z-tier villain and cooked the plumber helpers. So without further ado, my G's, let's get right on with a tragic beatdown on the plumber helpers in this week's video. The plumber helpers are notified of an incoming message by Max Tennyson about Ben heel turning on him like he's 2009 Batista, and I can't believe I just said that. Ben is a bad guy right now? Ben himself even pulls up as the matchup champion Humongosaur to let these junior plumbers know that if they get in the way of him frying his grandpa Max Tennyson, that they're gonna be on the receiving end of an elite smackdown. And man, nothing scares me more than the villain Ben. Gotta be up there with villain Kendrick Lamar and villain Tupac. The team arrive at the satellite base with the goal of finding the GOAT plumber Max Tennyson. And now, as a smart person, or team I should say, you guys would want to stay close to one another so y'all would have the numbers advantage against the all-star talent known as Ben Tennyson if he pulls up on y'all, right? Cause I know I'd be doing that for sure. So imagine my reaction when Helen, the speedster of the group, immediately rushes to Max's last known location. I had that boozy, come on man, like the Max video y'all just watched literally had him tell y'all to not split up and work together as a team. Like I feel so bad for Pierce being the only one besides Alan with a brain. Helen enters a room while calling out to Max saying they got his message, and dang, I've seen this scene way too many times in scary movies. I know exactly what's about to happen to Helen. The lights go out and you see what I'm talking about, y'all. Then we hear Ben's voice as he says, "Oh, it's not safe. It's not safe for any of you." And bruh, look at my guy's face. He's glaring at her like a hawk, ready to feast on his prey. Ben transforms into Echo, the child of Ditto, and Super Banshee to launch a sonic blast at Helen that launches her into some crates. Yeah, Ben's about to do homegirl bad, man. Helen tries to reason with Ben, and nah girl, that smooth talking ain't gonna work here. They're done. Unlike Machine Gun Kelly's rap career, Ben fires another blast at Helen, who dodges, and yeah, you better run Helen. You're out here doing accelerate bad right now. Helen strikes two Echoes in this one's face. Oh my god, as he gets her too. Unfortunately, during Helen's charger technique attack, an Echo latches itself on her like a nasty flea, allowing for the other Echoes to jump her too, like how the slave robots used to do to Titans back in the OG days. And at this point, Ben had his finisher bar filled up as he created numerous duplicates to utilize the devastating Echo chamber on Helen, causing her to scream out in pain and fall face down like Donna in her garbage death page. Then here comes one of the most disrespectful moments in the show as Ben starts emoting Helen's unconscious body like he just won a Fortnite solo game. Like bruh, that's uncalled for. Ben informs Helen to let Grandpa Max know that he's looking for him, 01 Undertaker style, and leaves the area. Good guys becoming the bad guys are always a recipe for disaster, bruh. Pierce and the others arrive and immediately help Helen recover as she lets them know that Ben has become an all-time elite menace. Manny didn't like that Ben cooked his girl and wanted to fry him up personally, so he decides on leaving with Helen to go hunt down Ben. And are these guys slow? Max said he wants these guys to work like a team, and they're already trying to split up again. Pierce even says this to them, but these fools weren't trying to hear him out at all, as they explain that they work better as a duo. And nah, y'all don't. Ben showed this to y'all back at Swampfire earlier in the series, like, y'all are just doing too much. Pierce decides on working with Alan to find Max Tennyson, but gets separated by an unknown entity, aka the devious individual known as Evil Ben Tennyson. And you already know it's going to be bad news for Pierce. Pierce enters a room as he's been following the traces of a plumber badge, and when this dude looks up, he sees the notorious, and I mean notorious individual, Ben Tennyson. My goodness, Ben has too much aura here. He has the evil antagonist persona all the way down. Pierce tries to leave like a smart person, but that door shuts right in his face, because even the room is like, nah my boy, I want to see you throw hands with a champ Ben Tennyson right now. Ben transforms into the slimy individual known as Goop to pounce Pierce, Tiger style. Goop charges at Pierce with an attempt to hope thunderclap him, and thank goodness he dodged that. Pierce uses the opportunity to sweet talk Ben as he says whatever is going on with him, they'll fix it together. Ben tells Pierce he needs help and that Pierce is his only chance of salvation. Pierce is like, you're my homie, of course I'm going to. And before Pierce could even finish his sentence, he gets some goop on his face. Dang, now I see why he's called Goop, as Ben laughs at him, and truly a twisted maneuver by the corrupted Ben Tennyson. Someone has to stop this madman. Ben even starts mocking Pierce and calls him pathetic for lowering his guard to him. Insane behavior. Kevin did this to Ben years ago and was like, I gotta try this too on someone, and Pierce had to be the unfortunate victim of this circumstance right here. Ben decides on utilizing a devious Chimo technique on Pierce. Luckily, Pierce smacks Goop's artificial gravity device, allowing him to escape and jump on top of a pillar. Of course, this proves to be a lousy strategy from Pierce, as Ben uses Goop's acidic powers to drop the pillar, all while saying timber against a signature tree chopper. Pierce runs away like Jerry the Mouse as Ben tells him that he can run but he can't hide, and Ben is usually a high overall in the videos, but this Ben here is maxed out. I can't even give him a proper overall because he'd be too high, bruh, or too low for y'all's, taste. A few moments later, we pick up with Helen and Manny, who are following the trail of an individual, and unfortunately for Manny, he gets separated from his girl, and you already know my dude is about to be cooked. Manny enters a room with his halo plasma pistols ready as he blurts out how he knows that Ben is already in the room with him, and that the heel should reveal himself already as he's not afraid of Ben Tennyson. And dang my dude, at least my dude has balls, bruh. Ben is like, that's because the others are smart, unlike you, Manny. And Ben puts on his wild and out hat to start cooking this dude, Manny, huh? Manny follows the voice and fires multiple plasma blasts at Ben and displays the signature double pistol pose to spam more blasts at Ben like an untalented Halo player. And one thing about spammers in games, they always get embarrassed in the end as Ben dives in the air to kick one of Manny's pistols away. And this shot, Ben's got too much sauce as he jumps off Manny's back, and not the superhero landing pose. My guy, you are not a hero anymore. Ben stands up and asks Manny he doesn't need a blaster to fight little old him, right? And dang, he's testing this dude's buttons again. Manny's like, you're dang right, you villain. As he charges Ben, he evades with his jump card. Ben informs Manny he won't just be fighting little old him and that alien. Yeah, homie's done. Ben transforms into the certified crash out champion Wrath. Y'all already know we did a video on Wrath frying this fraud, but I'm gonna yap about it again because why not? Manny lets Ben know how he always wanted to throw hands with him, and yeah buddy, you shouldn't have said that. Ben even delivers a Macho Man style promo on this fraud and declaration as the two run up to throw hands like they're Goku and Cell from the Cell Saga in this man's face. Look here Manny, you're not that guy, trust me, you're not that guy. Manny puts a shuriken on Ben that sends him back as the yapper axes Ben, and that's all he has because it was weak heat. And this dude is saying this as someone who packed up Vilgax recently. Not smart at all. Ben jumps in the air in preparation for a Uso splash while Manny dodges a splash with his awareness card equipped. Manny picks up Ben and puts him in a chic sleeper hold as he blurts out how Ben isn't so tough while also not understanding why everyone is so scared of Ben Tennyson. And yeah, like I said, this man being a yapper is going to be his downfall. As Ben says, I'll show you why, peep squeak, as Ben uses the reverse running card technique to ram Manny into a wall and not the T-pose. Ben grabs Manny and tosses the fraud in the air like a saucer and jumps right after him. Oh, this dude is already done. Ben grabs Manny and no, not the pile driver technique. Bro's about to make this man rest in peace like he's the Undertaker. Ben jumps in the air to finish off the pile driver move, and Manny is probably wishing he listened to Pierce earlier on. Ben continues the hideous beatdown of Manny Armstrong by utilizing a deadlier version of the armbar technique to send Manny into another building. Bro's now spitting on Manny like Starscream from Revenge of the Fallen. Yuck. Ben throws Manny into the air and performs an avatar connection with Spike to utilize a serious butt-kicking technique on Manny that sends him flying away like a home run into more objects in the room. Yeah, Manny, I bet you wish you didn't spit all that trash to the GOAT. Manny acts as if the beatdown is serious like the stars, leading Ben to be like, yes you fraud, as the 76 overall loses consciousness. 3 minutes later, Helen finds Manny and ends up reuniting with Pierce as all three of them realize Alan is nowhere to be found because he's about to be the next victim on Ben's list. These two idiots try to separate again, and Pierce, being the only one with a functional brain, is like, if y'all separate again, and they were like, fine, we'll work as a team. Like, they've been their biggest enemies this entire episode so far, bruh. We pick up to a nature setting in the base as Heatblast Jr., aka Alan, is trying to look for the others, and when he looks back, oh my goodness, bro's doing jump scares now like he's Jason. Alan is like, hey yo, Ben, as the heel acts as the flame hero, where the others are. Buddy is like, I'm not sure, and Ben is like, dang, sucks to be you right now. You should have stayed with them, and transforms into the 98 overall known as Big Chill, who is one of the greatest aliens in the franchise. Ben and Alan start their Human Torch Iceman matchup as Ben fires numerous assets at Alan in hopes of freezing him exactly like how Killer Frost did to Firestorm in her debut back in the 80s. Like my dude straight up tried to murk Alan here. Alan throws fire at Ben, who counters with an ice blast, and Ben, being the experienced talent that he is, increases his ice output, forcing Alan to pull out the Scooby-Doo retreat technique. Alan creates a fire shield, and unfortunately for this young talent, it's overpowered by the numerous icicles. And do y'all see how sharp these icicles are? My goodness, and bruh, why is Ben smirking like that one photo of Goku? This is insane. Ben puts on his hit him up Tupac trash talking badge as he tells Alan he's out of his league and that he's the weakest one. And yes, the glorious thumbnail strikes here. Ben continues trash talking by saying his teammates know that Alan is the weakest member. Suddenly, Helen's voice can be be heard as she tells Alan not to listen to this heelish individual and gives Ben a Sonya kick he's gonna remember, doing Accelerate Proud. Helen pulls up and lets Alan know Ben is just trying to pick his brains apart like Jared Leto's Joker failed to do. Ben turns his sight on Helen, who dodges the ice projectiles with her Sonic Boost card. Manny pulls up with his Halo blasters again to rapidly fire Ben, this time like a trained shooter, surprising Ben Tennyson as he realizes he can't phase through the blast. Yeah, Buddy might be cooked if he stays a little longer. Ben tries to fly away, but is stopped by Pierce, and not the robot man pose, as Pierce tells Ben he's had his chance, now he's gotta be the newest individual who gets caught in a jumping coalition by them. The helpers all trap Ben, ready to jump him like how the Sonic team did Eggman back in Sonic Short 6, only for Ben to giggle like a villain and phase through the floor, prompting the crash shot of the team, Manny Armstrong to shoot at the ground because Ben successfully escaped him again. Manny even says he had him, like nah my boy, y'all had him, don't take all the credit. Pierce tells Manny no, that they had Ben running away as a team, and that if they continue working together, they'll have Ben defeated like any other high villain out there. You see my people, nothing defeats the legendary jumping technique. We've seen so many victories from this technique in different types of shows and movies. 1 minute later, the team arrive at the bridge and discover Ben, who's been waiting for them, and bruh, y'all see how the GOAT is sitting there? Like he's Dr. Doom and Darth Vader? My GOAT has too much aura right now. Pierce, who's optimistic right now, lets Ben know they've already made him run away from them earlier, now you should back down from them. Ben, the clapback king, is like, look my boy, I've been 3 steps ahead of you this entire time. He's outflanked them, outpowered them, and he hasn't even been trying yet in this throwdown. Devious clapback man. Ben tells them the satellite is a dangerous place, dog. Is he even gonna be able to fit that alien on this small satellite base, bruh? Ben says he told these kids not to come up here, and yeah, y'all are done, as Ben transforms into the matchup champion, Humongousaur. Ben stomps the ground and oh my goodness, bruh. Pierce got cooked right here, like bro dodged and still got hit somehow. Alan fires Human Torch projectiles at Ben, who screams like a maniac. Manny tells Helen to decoy so he can think of a plan. Helen runs to do the signature Speedster Cyclone technique on Ben that agitates him greatly. Like Buddy tries utilizing the freeze and kill technique on Helen. Manny runs to fire Plasma Blast at Ben. This was your big plan, Manny? Ben grabs Manny like an action figure to toss him at Helen, and Ben's got accuracy. Pierce tells Alan to cover him as Alan creates a fire force field that fails to do anything against Ben. As Crash Out Humongousaur runs at the plumbers like a tank from Left 4 Dead to do the manga attack on them. Luckily they all dodged, but this move was so devastating that it moved the satellite greatly. Ben is tweaking out like a madman. Y'all gotta take him out fast. Pierce tells the team to follow his lead as they run to a tighter area while Ben and Pierce are Pokemon to go Godzilla on them. Manny attempts to shoot Ben, but Pierce is like my boy, we're attacking together as the plumber helpers activate their jumping technique card to humble Ben Tennyson as they launch Ben in the air, causing him to land on Pierce's spikes. Straight up gave this man the Randy Orton treatment. Ben enraged follows Pierce like Diddy from Get Him to the Greek to smack him with his tail. Pierce tries to recover as a Crash Out dinosaur known as Ben Tennyson continues following the leader. Ben doesn't realize he's falling for the team's trap. Ben traps Pierce in the corner as he plays and hacking him up to the afterlife. Like Buddy was even screaming out like King Kong and prepares to finish Pierce when Helen saves her brother with her speed dash technique. Ben is like, oh damn, they trapped me in here, and tries to escape, but nah. Manny shuts the door right in his face. Ben realizes the team opened the airlock and is sent flying out of the satellite to space like cars from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2. This is a certified VoroAMI classic. Ben tells the Joker wannabe, aka Zombozo, that he wants his cousin back, and Buddy, being the sick individual he is, tells his little op that she ran away with the circus, and bruh took the life out of Gwen, literally, and not just her, but everyone that showed up to the carnival. Definitely one of Ben's most deranged villains. Ben gives Zombozo the look of, you just up big time, and I'm gonna make you pay, Obito style, as he tells the psycho clown that he may be funny, but he's getting the last laugh in this beef. Zombozo's like, what's this kid yapping about? When Ben slams the Omnitrix down, transforming into one of the greatest aliens within the series, aka Ghost Freak. My guy is too cold, bruh. Zombozo gives the look of, didn't expect a revelation like that, and tells Ben, nice try kid, but I sell the tricks, not buy them. And bruh, you're gonna do more than buy Ben's tricks. He's gonna have you looking like Saiyan Saga Vegeta after he's done with you. We get a close-up look of Ghost Freak, and my goodness, Bruh, OG Ghost Freak has something about him that future Ghost Freaks just don't have, as he tells the clown that there's something he's more afraid of than clowns, and minks Zombozo in the nose, causing bro to be entangled in his own wires. Ben finishes off his statement by saying he's more afraid of losing his family than some goofball emotional vampire, and talk your stuff, Ben. You know that line hit Zombozo greatly, just look at the man's demeanor. Ben appears behind the fraud clown and minks bro in the nose again, and oh my god, this shot is crazy. Nigga gave Zombozo one of these. Zombozo blinks and homie's terrified. In all his years of being a clown, nobody has ever punched his nose twice and lived to tell about it. Zombozo starts getting pissed. Unfortunately for Zombozo, this ain't Dragon Ball Z, where you can get stronger by getting angrier, as a long stick is thrown at him, courtesy of Ben's NFL throw badge. Someone needs to give Ben an NFL contract for that throw. Zombozo's launched into his machine, which releases all the trapped life energies from different people. Ben pulls up in front of Zombozo, all while Zombozo, in a freaked out state, warns the hero to back off. Ben asks Zombozo if he wants to see something really scary, and displays his true form to the villain, causing bro to react in a horrifying way back into his machine. Ben is doing this dude badly, oh my god. Zombozo lands on the ground like a fool and crawls away into a fetal position, and damn, buddy is really freaked out of his mind. Ben asks Zombozo he can't be afraid of little old Ghost Freak, right? And Zombozo pleads with Ben to stop, but our goat, wanting his lick back, decides to scare Zombozo, the signature Mario Boo technique, causing the villain to blow up in his face like a balloon. Ben transforms into the S-tier Cannonbolt and rams into Vilgax like Bounce Boy. And it wasn't Vilgax's day at all, as Ben charged back at him to perform a jumping ram attack. Like imagine this, y'all. You successfully gained the Omnitrix, have your biggest ops bounded so you can gloat in their faces, and you still somehow get embarrassed in front of them. I would have retired after this if I were Vilgax, bro. Ben smacks Vilgax into a pit, and just when we thought the fight was over, this menace decides to grab Ben's leg and yaps about how if he's going down the pit, then Ben is going down with him too. Like nigga, no he's not. You're the only one suffering the Kaido treatment. Ben is even like, this dude must not know I'm the main character, right? And kicks Vilgax's hand, resulting in him to fall into the liquid. Now this ended up being a bad thing, as the codon stream ended up increasing Vilgax's size. Like bro became a way big, all while saying that Ben should be prepared to meet his doom. Ben on the other hand, knowing he's got all the perks of a seasoned main character, is like, yeah, nobody. He transforms into Waybig, aka one of the goats from the OG series, and the nigga that cooked Vilgax in said series. The two post up as Vilgax states he'll destroy Ben Tennyson and runs towards his op. Vilgax tries utilizing an Armored King combo rush on Ben, but the technique proves to be a failure on his behalf, as Ben successfully blocks all his attacks. Like this nigga Ben is too cold in throwdowns, bruh. Now we must talk about one of the most disrespectful moments in the scene, as Ben starts using Vilgax's own hand to hit this villain in the face multiple times, all while saying, stop hitting yourself. You know this moment is crazy as Kevin starts yapping about the maneuver being a classic, and Gwen's face too, she's like, damn. Ben really is cooking Vilgax. Ben grabs Vilgax's leg and starts doing the windmill technique on the fraud villain. This moment was so poetic that it had Azimuth, the creator of the Omnitrix, smiling like, yep, the Omnitrix is in the right hands. As Ben finally lets go of his L trigger to toss Vilgax out of the volcano, and damn, the folks on this ship don't even know what's about to happen, as Vilgax is sent blasting off again into outer space like Team Rocket. The Avengers get ready to utilize the Hall of Fame jumping technique on Ben, as Ben tells the villains he's not going to bring out his heavy hitters like Forms or Rat to cook these frauds. Ben states that any of his aliens, from Accelerate all the way to Jet Ray, is a better hero than them, and he ain't lying at all as he transforms into the Battle Thinker himself, aka Brainstorm. Ben starts setting up his battle plan like he's in an MMO, and one thing Omniverse did greatly is showcasing how broken Ben's aliens can be, because I don't remember Brainstorm ever doing this in the previous series. Bro even says that their advantage is their superior number, but his advantage is his superior intellect. Ben first targets Captain Nemesis, knowing he has something to prove by wanting to be the first one to fade him, and gets ready to fire a gun. Ben grabs a lid with his glorious electric beams to block the shield. And smart Ben, you gotta love it, bruh. The beam redirects into Nemesis, resulting in some pipes to fall down, allowing our GOAT, Ben Tennyson, to run up with a stunned kangaroo to knock him out with said pipes. Bro got packed up so fast, man. Mazuma tries a silent kick on Ben. The GOAT hero dodges with his Ultimate Instincts card, equips, and runs up to Nemesis to give him an electric blast he'll be remembering for days. What makes this scene here even more disrespectful is how Ben crawls up on Nemesis after packing him up like bruh. Mazuma, the acrobatic cyborg of the group, jumps up the pipes in hopes of packing up Ben herself. And I'm like, she really thinks she'll be able to cook Ben all by herself? Ben sends an electric beam down the rails, causing her to scream out of pain and fall on the ground. And she even bounced too, like this is crazy. Ben is cooking these frauds, holy moly. Commando attempts to take out Ben with one of his flying discs. Unfortunately for him, Ben was on demon time with his thinking and actions and blocks the attack, resulting in it to fly all the way to the top of a wall. This wouldn't be the end of this crazy block though, as the metal staircase falls all the way down in Buddy's face. He knows he's screwed. The staircase is missed Commando, resulting in him performing a Fortnite dance. And I wouldn't celebrate early if I was you, as an empty apple falls down and hits the fraud in the head, causing him to fall down, be rendered unconscious. Ben walks up and estimates it'll take at least 20 minutes for the fraud vendors to recover. Billy Billions attempts a quick beam on Ben but fails due to Ben's awareness card being activated, and Ben poses up right in front of Billy to tell his opponent that what he just did isn't luck, but his skills as a hero battling villains over the years. It's bigger talk, Tennyson. This is a certified VoroAMI classic. There's a profound statement out there: never meet your idols, because when you do, they have a high chance of either living up to the famous stories or being an absolute fraud like Madame Rude from Teen Titans. What's up y'all, it's your boy VoroAMI, and in today's video, we'll be yapping about the time Tennyson, our GOAT hero, had to pack up his hero, aka the fraud known as Captain Nemesis, after he kidnapped both of his girls and Ultimate Aliens. Without further ado, my G's, let's get right on with a glorious yapping. Ben arrives at the building with his sexy ass sports car, and damn, the bass of the music in this scene is crazy. Suspense too, bruh. It's just letting you know how serious the situation is about to get. And you guys are probably thinking, what the absolute hell is going on for a dramatic soundtrack to be playing here with a serious Ben? Well, as it turns out, Ben's hero, aka Fraud Nemesis, and yes, we're gonna be calling this dude a fraud because he really is a fraud, kidnapped both Julie Yamamoto and Jennifer. And the reason why bro did this is because he was tired of being outclassed by Ben, and not just fame, but overall skill sets and power too. Like this bro pulls up expecting to bag the celebrity known as Jennifer, only for her to turn to Ben and give that nigga a black cat type kiss. Bro became so jealous of Ben that he challenged Ben to a set of matches: a toss matchup where he lost to the Chad known as Humongosaur, a race where he won that race, only to still be put in a Kurt Angle ankle lock by Ben when he turned into Wrath. Ben had this nigga screaming out a scream that could only rival that of a 1940s Tom the Cat. Then came the last part of the match, where bro got tossed into a mud puddle thanks to the throwdown champion known as Forearms. My buddy got put into a traditional Attitude Era's women's mud puddle match. It doesn't get more humiliating than that. After getting embarrassed every time by Ben, Nemesis decides, you know what, I'm tired of being a goddamn hero. Nigga, I'm turning heel, and immediately kidnaps Julie and Jennifer, both of the girls who were into Ben during this time in the episode. And y'all are like, damn, Ben gets around, and yeah, nigga, he does. He's got a whole roster that rivals that of Peter Parker and Tupac Shakur. It's incredible when you think about it. Anyways, the recap over, let's resume to the normal yapping. Ben transforms into the Chad Humongosaur and decides to increase his attribute points to 10% by transforming into Ultimate Humongosaur. Like, you know this nigga Nemesis fucked up badly when Ben turns ultimate right at the bat. Like, my guy never does that until the end of an episode. Ben walks forward and yep, infamous Ultimate Humongosaur close-up. Niggas to this day still clown this shot of him, by the way, and it's funny too. Ben walks forward inside the building, and look at this clown man, clapping for Ben like a Smash Bros NPC after they lose a match. Nemesis tells Ben, very, very good. Everything we come to expect from 10 Benison, and now this nigga's botching Ben's name. Yeah, he's done. Say goodbye, bruh. Ben smacks Nemesis with his tail, and this dude is already flopping around like a dead fish. Get this fraud out of here, man. Nemesis catches himself as Ben pulls out his cannons, and still one of the coolest features about Ultimate Humongosaur. Nemesis starts speeding up to Ben with a shadow badge, and bro really thinks he's him. Like, we get it. You can run, you can dodge, but you're still a fraud in this matchup. Nemesis utilizes the double D key technique to rub one of Ben's arms, and bro really thinks he did something here. Ben is like, come here boy, as he launches him into a barrier and follows up the diabolical X2 combo string by launching Nemesis towards him so he can slam the failed hero down to the pavement, doing this man as dirty as a prime suit knight in the music industry. This shit is crazy. Ben asks Captain Nemesis where Julie is. Captain Nemesis informs Ben she's right up in the air, so is Jennifer, and Ben is like, nigga, you took her too? Nemesis says the movie star girlfriend or the hometown sweetheart is your choice. This man Nemesis is a sick individual, bruh. Like, how do you even think of some shit like this? And you're supposed to be a hero, my guy. This is like Green Goblin from Marvel Comics being like, fuck it, let me go take Mary Jane and Black Cat as hostages to see old Spidey's reaction to it. Like, bruh, you are sick, man. Julie tells Ben to be careful, and Jennifer in her prime Stacy Keibler era tells Ben to help her. And bruh, the way Julie always looks at Jennifer here kills me, man. Y'all already know Julie was having a beef with Jennifer the entire episode. She came out of nowhere, kissed her man, and took him out on dates. Not to mention she's a celebrity with money, and she had every reason to be pissed off, man. Nemesis shoots down the rope with his red laser beam, causing both girls to scream out in shock. And yeah, Nemesis, screw you, bruh. Ben switches to Goop, and this nigga really couldn't have chosen Accelerate. Ultimate Alien had a personal grudge against my goat Accelerate, for real. Ben slides to Julie and saves her, and yeah, nigga chose right. That's our hero right there. Saving the OG support girl from day one, that's what I'm talking about. Julie is stunned. Ben saved her, and Ben is like, of course I did, you're my girl. And y'all, the next few scenes are about to be funny as hell, trust me. Julie asks Ben, what about Jennifer? And Ben answers covered as Gwen and Kevin pull up just in time, and this nigga Kevin, man, you ain't slick, bruh. Though I know millions of folks who do this shit too, with me being one of them. Jennifer says, oh my to Kevin, and this dude smirk, man. Kevin is and will always be my goat, for real, for real. Ben states he's got something Nemesis doesn't have, and that's friends. Yeah, that wannabe Jonah Jameson that he has ain't shit to Nemesis. Captain Nemesis says not for long as he fires some more beams at the squad, prompting Gwen to cover them with her shield. And you see Jennifer? You see how she's enjoying this shit? It's got me crying, man. She was all over Ben, now she's all over Kevin. Ben charges Nemesis and pins him down with his takedown card equipped. Kevin absorbs some material and pulls up alongside Gwen to jump Nemesis Naruto style. Nemesis tries to swing on Kevin, but gets dropped to the floor. Retire, Nemesis, you're not him, man. You're a failed hero with all his attributes depleted, and you were a starting 89 overall in the beginning. Now you're a 70 overall. Kevin alerts everyone that Nemesis' suit is starting to get way too hot. Nemesis tells Kevin that's not heat he feels, but a power inside him as he powers up his suit to blast Kevin away. And yeah, it wouldn't be a Ben 10 episode without my goat being jobbed out to the villain of the episode. Nemesis runs up to Gwen to grab her wrist, and someone needs to tell this man to stay away from girls, bruh, because what is this, man? Nemesis picks up Gwen, tosses her into Ben, who negates her landing. Goop's an underrated alien for real, man. Like, to be honest, like, he needs to be talked about way more when it comes to the greatest aliens in this series, bruh. And look at Jennifer going to check on Kevin. This shit is funny as hell, man. Kevin, she's letting you know that she wants you, man. Gwen tells Ben that Nemesis feels like a furnace anytime any of them touches him, and Ben, the witty hero, tells the fraud that maybe he needs an oil change. Ben makes an offer to Nemesis to stop this petty beef they have so they can talk like normal civilized people. Nemesis is like, oh, now you're my homie? Can't believe I wasted my time saving people like you, saying that Captain Nemesis is dead. Now and wow, what a name change. Bro posed like a statue, like he did something, like all he did is give himself a name some 4chan user would give themselves. Ben is like, nah, my guy, all you need is a therapist, and the way everyone looks at Nemesis knowing that he's completely lost it always makes me laugh, bruh. Nemesis enraged fires more of his hot-ass beams towards the squad, resulting in Gwen to shield him again. And to show how much of a lunatic he is, he starts pushing forward with his beam attacks. Gwen notes that every time Nemesis uses his armor, it gets hotter and hotter. Kevin follows up by saying the armor will blow up if they don't stop him. I'm sorry y'all, but Jennifer really is cracking up a nigga while recording, holy moly, man. Ben stays, not if I can help it, as he leaps in the air with his Moon Knight badge to transform into the aquatic talon known as Water Hazard, and such an underrated alien. Both of his designs in the series go hard for real, though I prefer his Omniverse design, to be honest, because of the mask. Ben says he was going for Big Chill, but is okay with a pick as he can still cool off Captain Nemesis. Ben starts with some nice cold water which creates steam all around Nemesis' body and then absorbs the moisture from the air, and that shit rusted so fast like a broken car. Nemesis is shocked to see what's happened to his glorious armor and tells Ben he won't beat him, that he can still prove to everyone around the world he's the true hero of the story and not Ben. Ben, who's had enough of this nigga's F-tier yapping skills, tells the fraud to just be quiet as he runs into Nemesis to punch bro in the gut with a Vegeta special in an all-elite mink, followed up by 2 more punches that sends bro to the ground. And this was all a humiliation ritual because ain't no way, man. This man came into this episode as an industry plant endorsed by many companies just to still get cooked by the real hero of this story, aka Ben Tennyson. Ben reverts to normal to question Nemesis on how he could heel turn like that he was a hero to the people, and that it's not about fame, it's about helping people. And of course, Julie, she couldn't help but say, like, aren't you talking about yourself though? This is a certified VoroAMI classic. Multiple rebels are seen firing at the notorious talent known as the new and improved King Zarian, who recently took over the body of Dr. Victor thanks to a little help from an unconscious Ben Tennyson and Amphibian. Like my buddy pulled a superior Spider-Man trick here, for real, or should I say a dead man trick. And you guys are probably like, huh? This feeble old man is now in full control of one of Ben's deadliest foes from the OG series? And yeah, he is. It's all thanks to his idiotic son, Gaiula, who has constantly been trash talking him over the years for being the reason why his mother is no longer around, and the fact that he's become a weak king thanks to his old age. And King Zarian, having enough of his son's roast sessions, decided on using the incredible abilities of Amphibian from Ben's Ultra Matrix to transform himself into the ultimate power, aka Dr. Victor, and not just humble his son, Gaiula, into submission, but the rebels as well. And honestly, I feel for the old man in a way. Like, dude was tired of being roasted for being a normally aged old man and wanted to show everyone he still has it, unfortunately to the detriment of Ben and his squad, as they originally came to the country to collect Dr. Victor, but instead all got packed up by the team that they were supposed to be helping. Crazy work, man. The new Dr. Victor utilizes the signature Frankenstein walk so he can power up his fist with a future static special, and uses the glorious maneuver to blow up a nearby tank. Bro turned that tank into the ones from Halo. You know what that means. Buddy is here to do damage, and I'm talking about DC Frankenstein levels of damage. A rebel fires numerous shots at Dr. Victor with the accuracy of an enemy cognate in the Halo series. My guy is unfazed by all those shots. I know deep down King Zarian is enjoying his new strengthened body as he catches a missile with his catching card equipped and throws it back at the rebel with the precision of a prime Randy Johnson, resulting in a huge explosion of a tank. My man, I know you're enjoying the hacks of your new body, but chill, my guy. Dr. Victor jumps up with his General Island card to land on another tank as he tells the lone rebel that today, you and your kind, wow, he really just said that. Anyways, will pay the ultimate price for your treason, and powers up an electric punch ready to send this Waluigi man into the afterlife with a Raiden punch, when suddenly Victor's hit in the back with a Charizard fireball. And from this moment here, y'all, I was thinking, ain't no way, right? Like we saw Wildmutt in the episode earlier, even if he wasn't here as a cameo, but there's no way we're seeing the worldwide talent, aka the greatest Ben 10 alien of all time, Heatblast, in this episode too, right? So imagine my shock level when Victor asks if he's being hit by another tank. If so, bring 100, and then we see the GOAT Ben 10 alien, and yes, he is the GOAT, aka Heatblast, pulling up to the scene like 2020 Edge from the Rumble, all while saying, I'm fresh out of tanks, your hiney, but I am bringing the heat. Top 5 Heatblast lines of all time. Like, bro, seeing this scene for the first time as a kid back then was marvelous. Heatblast was back and pulled up to the scene like 95 Michael Jordan to showcase why he's still the GOAT Ben 10 alien. It's still so incredible. Ben fires numerous fireballs at Dr. Victor, and this dude, Victor, is like, damn, I guess he would pull up on me after I use his watch without permission to transform me into this monster. The Chad known as Kevin pulls up and whacks Victor to the ground with a metamorpho special, and homie's face. Victor's like, how dare you do that to my new body? Do you know how long it took me to claim this new vessel? As he runs up in the hopes of doing Kevin the same way Seth did Roman back at the 2025 Royal Rumble match. Gwen Tennyson pulls up and launches an assault on Victor, and y'all see the homie Kevin smiling in the background, seeing his girl lay the smackdown on this fraud. For any ladies watching this video, make sure you get a dude who smiles at you like Kevin when you're doing something incredible. Dr. Victor, who is tired of being spammed, utilizes a Heihachi ground smash to launch Gwen away, and bruh, she's already packed up. If there's one thing I hated in this series was inconsistencies behind Gwen's character whenever she was in combat. Kevin checks to see if Gwen is alright, and this proves to not be a smart move from the Chad known as Kevin, as he gets launched away by another electric blast. Did my guy so dirty, got laid out so badly like Roman after 2025 Rumble. Like, that's still such a crazy spot to me, man. Ben is like, oh snap, my squad got packed up, and flies over to see if they're okay, and bruh, Kevin really got finished in one strike too. Dr. Victor, who's in this 97 Shawn Michaels level of cockiness, tells Ben that he's running out of allies, and Ben retorts by saying he doesn't need any assistance to take down Victor, and spit your talk, goat. Ben has dealt with the wildest things from the OG Victor back in the day, so you already know Ben's got this covered. Ben and Victor charge at each other, with Victor launching the first swing, and unfortunately for this fraud, he misses the swing, allowing Ben to hop off his rock and deliver a devastating punch that sends him into the ground. Now Ben's got this dude eating grass like a farmhouse. I'm telling y'all, Ben is mad disrespectful in the fight, like for real for real. Victor gets up and spazzes out in rage as he tries to swing at Ben, and y'all, this has to be the most embarrassing moment for Victor in this fight as he tries landing a hit on Ben numerous times but fails every time. Like, what is this right here? You are not Rock Lee. Dude is now trying to perform a midway enziguri, if that's even possible. Safe to say, Ben's gonna be packing up this fraud very soon. Ben catches himself, and my goodness, Heatblast really do be ballin', man. With his fire pose he's doing right here, Ben summons his rock back and charges his hands in flames so he can deliver the first mink, and yes, this is where the infamous thumbnail takes place, and man, is it a good one as Ben punches Victor in the face again. And you know you're a trash villain when Ben is using an alien who's not known for punching at all on his foes, and he's doing that to you instead. Like, do y'all ever remember Heatblast throwing physical hands on the villains back in the OG series? Because the only time I remember him doing that is when he first faced Vilgax, and let's say that didn't go too well for young Ben at the time. Victor stumbles into a destroyed tank, and Ben with his two regrouped homies asks Victor if he's had enough, and man, Heatblast looks so good in this episode, bruh. Heatblast has never had a terrible design in any of the shows, but this one has to be my favorite right here, to be honest. Victor, who thinks he's a 99 overall player when really he's an 80 overall, tells Ben he hasn't even begun yet as he picks up a tank with his Hall of Fame strength badge. Ben at the moment decides he's about to end the new Victor's whole career and launches fire at this failed villain, resulting in a tank to melt all over him. Even had the gang looking like, yeah, he's done, and Kevin smirking, man. Devious smirk, but it's deserved. Victor, the sore loser, still tries to fight, and Gwen in her head is like, boy, if you don't sit that shit down, as she uses one of her techniques called turbo to dry up the molten metal, and damn, bro got embarrassed at the very end. Deserved though. Kevin gets ready to pack up Victor for shooting him in the back and for making him miss out on a teleporter pod. Ben, who isn't trying to hear his homie yap, flies over to tell him to just get over with the punching already, and this is peak Heatblast content right here, man, with his hand out. I'm surprised this image of him is not used more as a meme out there, but if it is now, let it be now. This will naturally lead to Gaiula pulling up in hopes of taking charge of everything there, only to be humiliated by Ben Tennyson when he not only took the homie's device but broke it so that every soldier there that was under his mind control was free to make their own decisions. And when the Tennyson team finally got ready to leave the area, the fake Victor informs them that they made a very big enemy out of him that day, and Ben, being the nonchalant hero he is, was like, cool bro, you can join Vilgax, Rojo, and everyone else on the line of those that want to pack me up. Which is so funny because bro never got to take his revenge because Sasuke packed up his wrinkly ass in Omniverse, and trust me, Sasuke got a standing ovation for doing that too, because we ended up getting the real Dr. Victor back in that series. And come on bro, this old man really thought he was gonna get some revenge. Like bro, you're old man. This pass on to the next afterlife in that series. But this is a certified VoroAMI classic. What's up y'all, it's your boy VoroAMI, and in today's video, we'll be talking about one of the most controversial moments in Ben 10 history, the time Swampfire ascended like a Super Saiyan and became a playing god in Ben 10 Omniverse. So without further ado my G's, let's get right on with the yapping. Ben and his squad pull up to Sasuke's lair in hopes of recapturing the Alpha Rune, and y'all are here probably wondering, damn, What the hell happened to Swampfire? Bro looks way different from his iconic look from Alien Force, and y'all, Ben and Swampfire were both going through some changes in this episode. I mean some Majora's Mask Link type changes. Every time Ben transformed into Swampfire in this episode, he'd get a slightly different look. This one here, in my opinion, is one of the coldest looks Swampfire's ever had, to be honest. Real talk. And Charmcaster is also here because, well, the scare sent her ass packing earlier in the episode, and well, she was transported into the same restroom as Ben when he was having his pimple crisis. Still a crazy scene, bruh. I know any other nigga in this situation would've went crazy, and I'm talking about 2017 Illuminati type crazy. The scare trash talks Charmcaster on how she can't be a S-tier sorceress if she's struggling with a mere transportation spell, and damn, bruh, this nigga's roasting her like he's heel Cena. Calm down, my guy. Charmcaster's like, yeah, I don't care, buddy, and retrieves the Alpha Rune while stating that she's got the item in a joyful TikTok girl type voice. Ben and Rook post up to protect Charmcaster, and bruh, these two as a Hall of Fame duo is not talked about enough, for real. Like, y'all see these niggas pose right here, man? It's too generational. Oh yeah, I forgot. This nigga is here too, man. Hobble. The scare says, my compliments, which causes the Ben squad to be like, hold up, you ain't gonna fight us for this item? And that had me shocked too when I first saw this episode back then. I thought we were gonna get a sensational match between Swampfire and Ghost Freak, but nah, I was wrong, big time. The scare tells the protagonist to keep their useless rock as he's already drained all the power from the item, and Charmcaster looks down at the rock like, damn, ain't no way he's a better succubus than me, I call bull. The scare finishes off by telling the heroes to keep the rune as a souvenir of his future dub, and laughs with the precision of a 90s Joker. Ben tells his former homies to scare to wait, but it's too late, damn, as they're transported back outside of the castle of the scare. Ben tells everyone that the confrontation was anticlimactic, and Ben, you haven't even seen the worst shit, my guy, as a multitude of pumpkin brethren come out of the ground like thriller zombies to jump the heroes with their jumping coalition badges. Charmcaster raises her bag in the air so she can listen to it trash talk Ben, and shit's crazy with the way Ben looks at her. Ben and the others run up to start their glorious matchup against the Pumpkin Man, and this nigga Ben is back to giving them flaming head buffs for this flames. This ain't good, man. Like, this just makes me think either the writers forgot that Ben can do way more with Swampfire, or that this man is just nerfed like crazy, cause man, this ain't adding up. Ben insists on Charmcaster to help them out. Meanwhile, Homegirl is once again speaking to her bag. House the Scare is a fool and doesn't know the true magical gifts of the Alpha Rune. She states the Alpha Rune might be weakened, there's still some tremendous power inside as she powers up, causing Hobble, the little dude who has a big crush on her, to be like, damn, she's fine and scary. A bunch of rock creatures fall from Charmcaster's bag and huddle around her so they can do the unthinkable, which is devour her like their Prime Kirby from Nintendo to transform her into a new being, aka Alpha Rune Armor Charmcaster, and bruh, she looks menacing. I'm talking about a sweaty Marvel rival Scarlet Witch type menacing. Ben is like, yo, you're cool as fuck, Charmcaster, and is like, let's squash these pumpkin frauds together. Charmcaster replies with my thoughts exactly and shoots at Ben only, resulting in him and Rook to fly away. An insane heel turn, bruh. But hey, it can't be a heel turn if she was already a heel to begin with. Hobble gets up and is disappointed at Charmcaster's actions as he believes they had something special, and this nigga's on that same stratosphere as Santi. Get a grip, my guy. Ain't no way your simp ass was pulling that. Rook, the goat homie, tells Ben it's not so awesome now, is it? And here is probably one of the funniest replies in the show, as Ben says, nah, my G, it's still pretty awesome, causing Rook to think to himself, like, no way this is the hero of the universe I'm talking to right now. It can't be. Ben is launched away by another blast, resulting in Rook to pull out his 99 overall blaster. And unfortunately, due to Charmcaster's recent buffs, those shots don't do a damn thing to her as she continues walking menacingly like season 1 Princess Habana. Ben gets up and is pleased he landed into a bunch of duds, and nah, my guy, you fell into a trap, as the pumpkins successfully land a jumping takedown protocol on Ben. And damn, that noise at a time like this. Ben reverts back to his human form. Rook is like, no, my guy is finished. Charmcaster grins like an evil villain, but is shocked when she sees a green light appear alongside Rook, as Ben emerges with Swampfire and a new form, and oh my god, y'all, this man was levitating with green aura around him. Bro hit the Broly pose from the 90s too. Nigga really ascended like a Saiyan and became a plant god. You gotta love the growth, man. Ben asks, what am I? As he's delighted at Swampfire's increased attributes. Like, Swampfire was already like a 92 overall, but this man is a 99 overall now, man. You gotta love it. Ben looks back, and I know bro is tired of these pumpkin men. Ben even tells them like, bruh, y'all are still doing this? Can't y'all give a homie a break? And the pumpkin men were like, bet, sir, we'll stop, and they exactly did stop. My goat, man, and with a goat alien too. Ben is confused at what just happened, which leads to Brook telling him it must have something to do with the evolution of Swampfire's form, being able to control them. Fire patch note, to be honest. Rook is shot at by Charmcaster, and look at that devious grin, man. She lives for this shit. Ben summons a bunch of trees from the ground, and look at this lunatic lady. She wants to pack up Ben so bad. Like, Ben is not your op, girl. Gwen is. Ben states he's liking a new form of Swampfire, and it pains me hearing this dude talk about Swampfire like this, knowing Bo barely appears for the remainder of the series. But hey, at least Swampfire is like in Ben's top 8 most used aliens in the series. Rook tells Ben to look as Charmcaster destroys the barrier. Ben tells his new army to attack the crazed individual known as Charmcaster, and look at them go, man. It's beautiful. The pumpkin men pin Charmcaster to the plant wall in an effort to keep her there. Unfortunately, the Alpha Rune was like, nah, y'all jumping now? Nope. And powers up, and it's like, I gotta think of something fast. But when he looks down, he finds that same girl that's been following him the entire episode. Talk about creepy, bruh. Even talks about Victoria Tennyson, like, hell no, bruh. She's trying to put my nigga in a Diddy trial. Ben is like, look kid, you're cool and all, and a weirdo, but I got shit to do right now, as he saves her from being packed up from a Charmcaster blast. Ben looks back at Charmcaster, who's breaking his new army. Ben is like, Charmcaster, ain't no way that rune means so much to you that you're now trying to pack us up after we helped you get it. Like, what happened to us being a functional team? Charmcaster tells Ben she changed her mind, and Ben asks her which one with a devious grin. And this dude, man, this is why he's one of the fictional goats. Charmcaster gives Ben a light-skinned demon glare, which alerts him of impending doom as she fires at him again. Ben huddles himself around the girl to protect her as Charmcaster prepares for an X2 blast combo when Hobble walks up to talk with his love again when he trips on a branch, fumbling in front of fine shit. Crazy fine shit at that. You're cooked, buddy. Hobble and his items land right in front of Charmcaster, and look at her glare, man. God damn. Charmcaster asks Hobble if she knows him, and ouch. The worst she can say is no, huh? I call foul on that. Charmcaster prepares to send Hobble to the afterlife, but luckily he dodges, and in doing so, potion is launched onto Charmcaster's leg armor, resulting in it to rot away. Rook is like, Hobble, you're a smart fellow, and tells him to throw something else at her. Hobble puts on his game face, walks up and grabs a magical fish as he tells Charmcaster his deer that this moment here will hurt him more than it hurts her, and states of course this isn't going to hurt him at all, and tosses the fish right at her chest area, breaking it. Get this dude on the Patriots fast. Rook walks up with a potion he got from Gwen and activates it to take away Charmcaster's armor. Yeah, girl, you're finished. Rook and Hobble look at each other with delighted faces and start throwing different spell items at her, like that viral Buddhist man clip, causing her to moan in pain. Ben asks Rook if there's anything left in Gwen's bag, which there is, her magical book, and Ben is like, bro, well, you better read that shit to see if we can yeet her ass out of here with a spell. Rook yells out a special spell, which shocks Charmcaster that she's once again teleported away from the area. Man, this is one of like more underrated episodes from Omniverse, bro. Swampfire, man, I was happy Swampfire got a whole episode dedicated to himself. He's one of the greatest aliens in the series, one of the most iconic aliens in the series, and it's good knowing that even though he didn't make that many appearances in Omniverse, still in like Ben's top 10, top 8 most used aliens in the entire series. That's well deserved. Swampfire, he ascended in this episode, bruh. Swampfire's fully last transformation, bruh, is very controversial, I think, because of how bulky he gets. Like, I don't know, Swampfire, man, I'm kind of a guy that likes him being slim like his Alien Force counterpart, but I did like his second stage Blossom form. That shit was fire. It still looked like Swampfire while he was also buff as well. But you guys let me know your thoughts on Blossom Swampfire. Did you guys enjoy him becoming a playing god, and do you wish we got this version of him more in this series? Let me know down in the comments below. If y'all enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button and subscribe to the channel. I also have a DC playlist that features my older DC videos. I also got an Instagram y'all want to follow on there, as well as a TikTok, and I got a Discord. Also make sure to follow the second channel, VoroAMI, which will be a shorts channel. And yeah, I hope y'all continue a nice week, and I'll catch y'all for the next video. VoroAMI out.